Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the vidIQ live stream for this Tuesday, 11 o'clock my time. It could be any o'clock your time, any day of the week. Well, it might be Tuesday or Wednesday. And what we're doing today is talking about mistakes that you might be making as a video creator on YouTube. As always, let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com. Hello everybody, welcome to vidIQ. My name is Rob, and if this is your first time here in these glorious YouTube surroundings, we are the YouTube tool and channel aims to educate you on your YouTube journey and get you more views in less time through our sensational vidIQ tools and YouTube channel. As always, we are joined by our residents. Let me see if I can get all of these pre-mentions in here. Skateboarding geek, garden nerd, old man of YouTube. What else are we missing out there, Jeremy? The guy who suggests starting up a YouTube channel all about planes because you'll get an enormous amount in affiliate marketing. It is Jeremy Vest, of course, in the house. Hello to you, Jeremy. How are you feeling on this fine 1st February live stream morning?
Doing great. Is it really warm where you are right now, Rob?
Well, fortunately, I am in Vancouver, where we're in this sort of microclimate, so it isn't too bad. I know we're talking about the polar vortex here, where it is freezing in absolutely every other part of Vancouver, but here we're just about hovering freezing. Everywhere else, it's just, it's over. It's gone. Nothing would be working. We wouldn't be getting anywhere. Anyway, welcome to this live stream. As always, we do shout outs to start off our channel audit live stream. So I'm going to be saying hello to the following people, including Victor Donoso, the Cox Clan, Posted Up, Techlin, Broken Black, Hypno Boy Project, Austin Bacassa, Electric Predictions Hub Mapping. Wow, that is one very specific username you have there. Filmer720 HD, Alex, Baboon King, EPC Down, all of you in the house. Jeremy, who else are we saying hello to today?
Saying hi to Doing It with Jason, a friend of vidIQ.
Hi, Jason.
Fortnite Dojo. CA something. Solders Tech. Joyce TY Wild Wolves. And that's all I got.
One of the things we love doing here, especially Jeremy, each week is reading out usernames of names that we've seen for the first time, sometimes slightly unusual spellings and like all sorts of crazy stuff going on, but that's the nature of YouTube. So I'm going to carry on here with Rohit Vinay, Art Channel, Shiny Sean, Oliver Faria Brown, Tone Matt Jim, Chicken Wire, Skeezer Gate, T-Sims Productions, Draco Invictus, Weird Rayan, Darius Adventures, all of you in the house, including Grim Hades. Hello to everybody. Thank you very much for joining us here and spending your very valuable time with us in this live stream today. And Jeremy, the thing I wanted to talk about today is we're all video creators, and me and you are always willing and very enthusiastic about parting our knowledge and our expertise and our skills in helping you grow your channels. But one of the things that we all sometimes ignore is what are people actually doing wrong, including ourselves when maybe we first started our channels. And there are mistakes that are made by everybody, and how do we avoid them? I mean, in general, Jeremy, when you're a consultant of many years, and we've looked at many channel audits as well, if you just name like three very key common mistakes that people make, and I'm going to go into a bit more detail in some of the ones that I've come up with.
Yeah, so create content people want to consume. Don't create content you want to create.
Absolutely.
It's about them and not you. Make your thumbnails better. You can always make better thumbnails. It's your billboards. They have to be clickable.
Yeah.
And don't be boring.
Oh, wow. Jeremy there with a don't be boring. So how does one not be boring there, Jeremy?
Well, I'm really boring. So
okay, so here's the benchmark, everyone, folks, watching this live stream. Whatever Jeremy does for the next hour, do exactly the opposite of him to avoid being boring. And there we are. This is just friendly banter, by the way. We like making fun of each other. I'm sure Jeremy will be doing that with me in future. We really do love each other, so there's no hate relationship here. We do get on really well, and we're actually meeting up with each other. I suppose I should mention this just in case there's anybody here in the UK, Jeremy and I, and as well as Leron, will be in London next week for the vidIQ Roadshow. No, I'm just joking. It's VidCon EU, and we're going to be there at one of the stalls. And if you want a channel audit live, for free, if you are attending VidCon EU, make sure to see us there. We'd love to talk to you and give your channel a full audit. But yeah, we're all really looking forward to going back to my hometown. Well, not my hometown, but my home country before Brexit ensures that the place sinks into the ocean. We're going to be there before that happens. All right. So yeah, what some of the mistakes that I want to talk about. We're going to start with some very simple ones just to kick you off. Sub for sub. If you ever ask for sub for sub on any video creator's channel, they will either block you, delete your comments, or they will just ignore it. Sub for sub is a terrible idea. It doesn't get you anywhere. It will increase a number and nothing more from your subscribers. You will very rarely get any watch time from them or any views, so it's artificially inflating something that's not going to gain you anything. So that's the very first one, a very simple one. And YouTube is getting pretty good at identifying when you're asking for people to subscribe to your channel, and they will automatically put it in the spam folder, which is the next thing I want to move on to in terms of mistakes being made. If you post anything that's really trying to promote your own content, your own channel, your own videos, subscribing to your channel, YouTube is probably going to identify that and actually put that in a spam column. I just want to quickly share this. This is what our current spam folder looks like here at vidIQ. We've got 14,000 messages in spam, and I think that's over the last 28 days. Now, YouTube doesn't always get this right. This first one here, for example, great advice and tips. This is a good example. Great advice and tips. I'm just starting out on my own, so the information was super freaking helpful. So that's a compliment to vidIQ. But then, help a new YouTuber out by subscribing to my channel for a sub back. So there's a compliment, but then there's a request for subscribing to their channel, and YouTube has automatically identified that as spam and put it in that folder. So that's one super reason. Like, I would be happy to have this comment on my channel if I'd seen it, but YouTube's automatically dumps it. Bad idea. There's also another one here, held in review. I'm not going to click on that because that actually filters out some nasty words as well. But I've set up quite a few filters for words such as subscribe to my channel, sub for sub, hey, subscribe to me. I've automatically put in some filters. So if ever YouTube detects those comments, it automatically puts in a held for review column. So that's another reason why you shouldn't be spamming your channel. Anything more to add there, Jeremy? Or should I move on to the next thought?
Have you ever seen a person sub for subbing with more than 100 subscribers ever?
Excellent point. It's always small channels that do that, yeah. And the other thing is, do you ever actually see them commenting on one of your videos, so you know they've subbed and actually taken a vested interest in your content? Brilliant point, yeah. I would also add as well, like, instead of wasting your time with please subscribe to my channel, add something of value to the conversation in a video and you'll get so much out of it, because more than often than not, if a video creator is looking at all of their comments, they will respond to that comment. You can create a dialogue, sometimes a collaboration come from that, and then who knows what could happen in the future. And especially if you're posting on channels with lots of subscribers and there's millions of views, and you're trying to almost play that game of getting ranked highly in the comments of value will be liked more, and I've got a high chance of getting over the top of the list there as well. Next thing I want to talk about, stop thinking about you, as in you the video creator, and think about your audience. Who are you trying to appeal to? So don't talk about things like I'm doing this because I think it's a good idea. Make videos where I saw this comment in the video and I think it's a great idea, so I'm going to make this video for you. And try not to push too much getting people to subscribe. I think calls to actions at the beginning, middle and end are good, but if you're just trying to sell people on converting to a subscriber, that doesn't really work as well. So it's more of a mindset here. Jeremy, I'm terrible at putting these things into like cohesive ways, but you're really good at trying to describe how this might be a good or bad idea, to think more about the audience than you. How would you put that into words?
Yeah, so, a lot of times people wait until the end to ask for subscribers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if your average view duration is 50, 60, or 70%, let's just say 70% of the time, people will never hear you asking for a subscriber. So it's not a begging thing, but what I like to do in the first 30 seconds, I like to say, hey, if you find value in this video, before you leave, make sure you subscribe. And subconsciously people were like, they remember that. And the subscribers, I'm not begging them, I'm just asking them if they find value, subscribe. So little things like that,
Hmm.
it's not a beg, please subscribe to my channel. It's more of like, if you find value, so little things can go a long way and get not rubbing people the wrong way. If you provide people value, they're going, and you're yourself, you're funny, you're entertaining, they'll fall in love with you, and they'll subscribe to you naturally. If you come off somewhat, I don't know, um needy, people probably won't subscribe to you.
Absolutely. And Jeremy is almost highlighting one of the mistakes we've made in this live stream, because we haven't actually asked anybody to give us some engagement here, like subscribe to the channel, like the video. But there's a tactic here on live streams where you've got to wait maybe 5 to 10 minutes to make sure that you're at your peak viewers. And we're now at 220 people watching the live stream. So thank you everybody for joining. And we've also got this subtle reference in the background here with my finger pointing at the subscribe pillar as well. So of course, if you are not part of the vidIQ community yet, do make sure to subscribe. And don't worry, we're going to be taking some of your questions and getting your feedback as well. This isn't going to be just us talking to you type of live stream. I'm going to be taking some of your questions in a couple of minutes. Next thing. Don't compare yourself to others in terms of raw numbers. I've been seeing some DMs very recently, actually, where people have been saying, I'm making all this great content, but then there's this other video creator who I like, but they're creating worse content. They filmed a tree for 4 minutes, and they're getting more views and subscribers than me. And I always say to that, if you're too busy worrying about what other people are doing on YouTube, then you're just wasting energy here. It's not your story. The YouTube is so huge that people are going to get different opportunities at different moments. And if you worry about how things that you cannot control feel as if they're going to affect you, then that's just a hiding to nothing. It's wasted energy. You're procrastinating. Just concentrate on improving your channel 1% every single video. And eventually, almost all of the time, sometimes it doesn't happen because of the weird YouTube algorithm, but eventually, if you keep working at it and trying to crack that nut, YouTube will start to reward you with more views and more subscribers. So don't worry about comparisons and things. By all means, follow other channels to get ideas of the sort of content that you want to produce, but don't just look at their subscribers and think, I'm better than them. Why am I not better than them? Well, you don't know their story. They could have been working at it years, or they could have been featured on another channel or done some real good collaboration. These are things you just don't know, and you're never going to be able to find that out. Next thing, Jeremy, on the list here is something that's going to be a bit counterproductive here to everything we're talking about. If you do the same thing 100 times and expect something different to happen, then that is the first road to YouTube madness. And I was thinking, like, well, some people say I've tried all of the tactics that you've suggested and it doesn't work. And my answer might be to that is, even if you've tried everything we've advised and it still doesn't work, then maybe you just need to think out of the box and do something completely different, because for whatever reason, that content is not working. So we're almost going against everything we might teach here, Jeremy, but I think you've spoken about this before, about sometimes you've just got to try something different. Experimentation is always good.
Yeah, it's not us, it's you. No, I'm just kidding. The truth is, there can only be one video ranked #1 for a certain term, or the most suggested for a certain video. And you could do everything perfect and still have a crappy channel. Like, the truth is, even on the vidIQ channel, about a year ago, we were just around 100,000 subscribers, and now we're getting close to 300,000 subscribers. And the reason for it is because Rob worked his butt off in changing and shifting and testing and multivariate testing. I mean, if you look at the last year of our content, we've done from A to Z. You name it, we've done it. And the reason for that is we're trying to find our stride. If you spend your time focused on what others are doing, you're going to forget who you are and the value you bring. And I know it's cliche and cheesy, but I was talking to a channel last night. He has 300,000 subscribers, and he's like literally tearing up because he just feels like until he gets to 1 million subscribers, he's not very valuable.
I'm sure he'll feel exactly the same when he reaches 1 million subscribers as well.
And the story I told him is, I know a guy that he teaches people how to cut grass. And this guy's making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year with 30,000 subscribers. And numbers don't mean anything. Vanity is vanity. If you help others, if you entertain others, if you truly try to focus on changing people's lives, it doesn't matter if you have 100 subscribers or 100,000 or 1 million. None of that matters. Obviously, you have to pay your bills and you have to live, but focus on the right things, not the wrong things.
Right. One thing I want you to do now, folks, is I want you to tell us what you think your mistakes have been on YouTube so far, which you've thought have been a complete waste of time. But I want you to prefix this comment with #mistake. So let us know what you think your mistakes have been on YouTube. Well, I give you this last one from me, which is essentially, if you have what you might call a YouTube pain point. So this might be getting in front of camera, or your audio is terrible, or you're not very good at editing. This is one of those things where if you feel, it's a bit like what I think, is this Susan Jeffries' book that's called Fear the Fear and Do It Anyway? In other words, identify what your pain points are and tackle them and overcome them, whatever they are, because they're not going anywhere. They're going to stay there. And if you sort of like get awesome at filming your content, but you're still terrible at editing, then you're only going to reach a certain glass ceiling until you can fix all of those pain points. Live streaming, I still feel on vidIQ is one of our pain points. I still need to do some little tweaks here and there. So that's why I'm bringing in these new ideas such as #mistakes, so that I can read exactly on the comments where these things are. So that's the pain point that you want to fix. And the last thing is time. Time is so valuable to everybody. Don't waste yours. Don't waste your audience. If you need to trim your videos down so that they're edited ruthlessly, that's brilliant, because you want to be as succinct as possible and keep the audience engaged and watching your content. You can make a 20-minute video which is so long and rambly that people only watch it for 2 minutes, or you can make a 5-minute perfect video, brilliantly made, and people watch it for 100% of the time and you get more watch time, if that makes any sense. All right, I'm seeing some #mistakes there, Jeremy. So what are people saying about the mistakes that they've made on YouTube?
Sprinting, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Awesome. Yeah.
Not being consistent. Mistake on focusing on thumbnails, not focusing on thumbnails.
Phew, I'm glad they said that, not focusing on thumbnails.
Audience retention, inconsistency, a lot of mistakes I think we all make as creators.
Yeah, Inside of a Casino says, videos too short for my subscribers. Grim Hades, need to learn Photoshop for thumbnail. Spot on there. Same for Mr. Penant, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong there. Thumbnails are not good enough, you think. Mistake, not focusing on thumbnails. So yeah, a lot of people talking about thumbnails. And Jeremy, ironically, you said over the last year we've gone from A to Z or A to Z if on YouTube tips and tricks, except for one bit. We're missing the T, and that is thumbnails. And that is something we're going to tackle this year in my How to Grow Your Channel in 2019. We're definitely going to be focusing on thumbnails at some point in that series. Long videos from Red Tech, audience retention there, testing too much, lack of confidence, life is down, a lack of confidence. Okay, so how do you fix that? How do you fix your lack of confidence? It might be watching videos like Charisma on Command is a brilliant channel for improving stuff like that. And I think there was another one that's just come out, Pop Your Personality or something along those lines. It's another channel that's worth checking out. And finally, Frog Tech Tips, mistakes. I think not made content regularly on the same day and the same time is a mistake as well. I may have missed that in translation. I think it's about consistency and maybe posting too often or not posting enough. And Kelly DMQ, mistake, poor quality picture with my video. Maybe I need to make better audio quality too. Absolutely. Those are things that you can fix by researching what may be the best equipment you can purchase for your budget. That's our mistakes. Thank you very much for sharing your mistakes. Being honest and open and tackling them is part of a YouTube journey. So thank you very much for sharing them. But Jeremy, as you and I know, what are people here for every single week? What do they? Sorry,
they want our channel audits.
They want channel audits. Then I want our in quotation, floating quotation marks, our expert opinion. And just before we look at the audits, I just want to say there's some super chats coming here. Thank you very much to Techlin for a £1 super chat. Appreciated. Shiny Shaw, $2, almost at 400 subscribers. Congratulations to you. And Inside the Casino, who must have just won on the slot machines because he donated $5. This is just a thanks for helping my channel be better for your videos. You're more than welcome. Thank you very much for the super chats. All right, just before we go on to audits, I've created a new graphic here, folks, because I just want to share with you how we do these channel audits. About an hour before we go live, I always schedule a live stream, and at that point, I clear out the audit form, which you have to fill out every week. So there is a channel audit form in the video description. If you fill that out, I check that around about 15 minutes before the channel audits, and it's usually on a first come, first served basis. Once the channel audits go live, a live stream, some of you are probably going to be racing to that form now and filling it out. We'll take a break and I will look at some more audits, and I will just take links randomly and set them up. So you've got a better chance if you join the live stream before to fill out the form, but you've still got a chance as we go through the live stream itself. Do not ask for a review or a channel audit in the chat. Number one, Jeremy and I simply will not see it. We're too busy looking at the channels that we're auditing, and our moderators, such as SP Tech Plus, will not take requests too kindly, and you may be put in timeout. So we don't take reviews from the chat. Super Chat does not guarantee a review. So thank you very much for those contributing to this live stream, but it does not put you at the top of the list. We want to keep this a free service because we're live streaming and want to help everybody in the community, irrespective of what your budget is. Apologies in advance if we can't fit you in. We are now at, I'm just looking at the list, we're now at 41 channels already submitted. We'll probably try and get between, I don't know, 20 and 25 in this live stream, but we can't do them all, and we do apologize for that in advance. If you do not get your channel reviewed in this live stream, what you can do is download vidIQ, and we have our 24/7 channel audit assistance. This was actually formulated by the genius here that is Jeremy Vest. He said we need to have some sort of checklist to help video creators 24/7, and there we have a channel audit list, which tells you all sorts of things about your channel, such as like the content to double down on, how your channel's doing in the last month, what to improve on your channel, where you're going wrong. These are all really important and useful things. Do make sure to check out this tool. It's part of vidIQ, and some aspects of it are free when you download vidIQ. And I think the final point here is, when Jeremy and I look at your channels, it's usually for the first time. We've never encountered your channel before. We do not know what it's about, so we have to come at it from a viewer's perspective. There may be things that we misrepresent or don't understand, but that's all part of a channel, that you should be able to really identify the content within the first 10 to 15 seconds, or there's too much going on there. Jeremy, would you agree with everything I've just said there?
Yes, boss, I do.
Yes, he does. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to press some buttons, and I'm going to make sure that Jeremy can see my screen. Jeremy, please confirm that you can.
Yep.
Oh, I've done all of this seamlessly today. Awesome stuff. All the buttons are working. So without further ado, I just need to press this button to hide my bookmarks. Jeremy, the first channel we are looking at today is Andy Wright Travel with an accessibility slant. I always love these sort of channels because these are what I call the unsung heroes of YouTube, the people who are spreading a valuable message, sometimes with some sort of story or a perceived struggle that they're already overcome, or how other viewers can relate to this story, and it such a good positive vibe to these sort of channels. This channel has hidden their subscriber count. We've talked about this before. I've got a video actually coming out about this soon. So why have you hidden your subscriber channel? We would guess your channel is at around about maybe 1,000 subscribers or just under, with the number of views you have. And just from the channel banner, we know exactly what this channel is about, certainly in terms of accessibility. And looking at it, it looks as if there's some content maybe about traveling, I would say. So what are your first thoughts here, Jeremy? I saw on a channel banner that it looked as if it would be maybe about stories about accessibility, maybe not a disability vlog per se, but dealing with these sorts of issues. But then when I look at the thumbnails themselves, it seems to be more a bit here and there, live streams, travel. What do we think?
Yeah, I just think, it's more of a vlog or a travel vlog. I would think that disability travel vlog, if you had that focus and your thumbnails were more consistent, I think you would be able to reach your audience a lot better.
There is a very strong potential niche share, isn't there?
Yeah, there absolutely is. And there's a lot of millions and millions of disabled people in the world that want to travel. So I think, this is one of those situations where, like, if you had 30 or 50,000 subscribers, that were all people with disabilities that want to travel and want your advice for traveling, I mean, that's like the equivalent of 1 million, Logan Paul subscribers, right? Because all of these people are your people. You could sell products or services or market, an awesome product that you love to travel with, to these people, and you could really build a phenomenal community of people similar to you or in a similar situation as you. So I would highly recommend just really niching down on the disability travel vlog philosophy, highlight products and tips to help people travel.
As they've done here in like the video with the second highest views, accessibility in a high street, 12,000 views. I think that's a really good example of that. There's also some videos here as well where Thailand tips and travel in Thailand, that seems to be a relatively popular area as well of a content. But yeah, I think you're right here in that a perceived focus from the channel banner, maybe not then transitioned into the content. And yeah, I think thumbnails could certainly do with a bit of a tweak there, but a lot of potential. And I think just maximizing on that would be a strong route for your channel. So best of luck with your channel, Andy, there. Next one we're going to look at is Josiah Rises. I hope I've said your name right there. Movie reviews, reactions, discussion. Looking at the thumbnails, it's very clear to see what this channel is about, which is reactions to, certainly, movies. So I think the channel focus is very strong there. What else could we maybe say here, Jeremy, for a channel with 400 subscribers, so still trying to find their, I guess, place in the world of reaction videos, and that's quite a tough niche to crack.
I would say let's scroll up past the first row of videos. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. So I love the banner. If you go back to the banner, the banner's phenomenal.
I think Jeremy's referring to this thing, which is I don't know where that's from, but yeah, we don't need to look at that. Anyway, carry on.
So you have, your people can see the whites of your eyes. You have emotion in your banner. You're showing yourself. You have your logo and you're telling people to subscribe, and you have your philosophy or your messaging. So you also have the banner to where it's kind of visually, fun, a lot of different colors, and all red, but different shades of red. Really great banner. And I can tell that whether you're taking our advice or Nick Nimmin or, Sean Canal or Roberto, Tim, Daryl, you clearly have been studying best practices because you have great thumbnails. You have, the size of your face and everything, your reactions, super awesome, doing a great job. The only thing I would recommend is if you look at Dan Locke's thumbnails, he's able to do all the background stuff, but still keep a consistent color. So
go ahead.
He has all these phenomenal thumbnails, but it's for some reason it's just more consistent to me.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I don't know if it's just the size of his face or what. But do you see?
Yeah, what he's doing. So what I can see here is to give him a bit of a contrast between the rest of the image. He's using what's called an outer glow on it's like a Photoshop technique. So if you see the outlines of him, it's like kind of like a white glow that creates a border. I actually do that on the vidIQ channel as well. So it's a tiny little point now, but a good observation there.
But the foreground and background are clearly different from
each
other.
Yeah.
There's a lot of visual like excitement back there. So
yeah.
I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it. Maybe it is just like an outline or a glow, but it's
I think it's those subtle techniques here and there that just really add something.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I would also credit the video creators here as well. They're doing something really good here. The reactions to Super Bowl trailers. I think that's a fantastic idea to differentiate yourself a little bit from other reaction style channels, and very current as well. You must have done them. You were probably doing them while the Super Bowl was going on. So brilliant idea as well there.
Another thing is I see that you're missing the word movie in a lot of your titles.
Yes,
you have it in some, but I would always have like movie review or movie reviews in every video that is featuring a movie, because that is the biggest thing people are searching for.
Yeah. I was just going to do a quick search for reaction or movie reactions.
Like movie reactions. Yeah.
So if I just do that search, you can see how it's auto completing with suggestions after it. So maybe worth just doing a little bit of a keyword journey on the YouTube search bar to get some ideas of what people are actually searching for. But I think the channel focus is good, and I would say this is one of those channels with a lot of the fundamentals already nailed down. It's just, especially with trending content, it's just hit and miss. You need that maybe one video to pop, which will really help you. But I think jumping onto the trailers as soon as they come out is an excellent idea, Josiah, if I pronounce your name right. So good luck with the rest of your YouTube adventure. Next channel we are looking at is Miss Han's Lifestyle. You are approaching 100 subscribers. I'm going to guess that your channel is relatively new. In fact, it is. You started posting a month ago. So a video creator starting out in 2019 here, proving that within the space of a month you can get 100 subscribers almost and get some videos with 2,000 views. Look at that most recent one, DMart haul, 2,000 views. That's like a breakthrough video there. Excellent work. Can you double down on this? Maybe it was the DMart, which is the keyword here. Not entirely sure, but I'm sure you'll know why from maybe your audience reaction. Jeremy, yeah, this is like a good start for a very small channel here. Views in the triple digits
have
already.
All the fundamentals down. Got great titles. Just, as you're developing your style, because you're a new creator, try to have more consistent thumbnails with a little bit less stuff in them, less text, because people can't read that small. And keep on going. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, I think just as an example, like this one here, the DMart tour. So it looks as if you are doubling down on DMart as a potential keyword, which is brilliant. This one here, what you could probably do, instead of having 4 different images here, I think, just maybe take one item and then have a price next to it, like 50 cents or something, which should show how cheap it is. And then people will get the idea of a video, as long as it has DMart in there. And maybe like the DMart shopping sign or something like that. I think that's where the tweaks in the thumbnails could certainly help you. But yeah, absolutely, Jeremy, you're right. This video creators just moved into YouTube. They're already doing custom thumbnails, which is one excellent thing to begin with. And just improving 1% every time will certainly help you there. I mean, maybe this one had more views because it had somebody in the thumbnail, the hero in the thumbnail. Anything else we could suggest here is that, I mean, I'm looking at DMart as a keyword, but how could we potentially flesh this out for more search intent?
Pick one, DMart haul, for example, because that seems to be the best. But I would pick one thing like DMart haul, and I would go make 20 videos on that one thing. Really dig deep into one core thing.
Here's an interesting thing. When I search for DMart, this is presumably a shop like Walmart, maybe in India, I guess, right. And it has an apostrophe in there. So you may want to tweak your keywords, or certainly include it in your tags and title descriptions, you may just want to tweak it there, and you may find that you get even more views, or maybe you get less. Maybe this is too competitive and you found like a misspelling of a keyword which is helping for your content. So maybe something just to look at there, because when I type in DMARC, those are the suggestions that come from YouTube, so it's encouraging me to add the apostrophe there. So a little thing you might want to look at. But basically speaking, Miss Shan's lifestyle, you're rocking it. The first month of 2019 for your channel has been absolutely awesome. Keep it up. Next channel is Brit Pop. I make videos. I had to read out that value proposition. You've cracked 600 subscribers. And Jeremy, I think you're always best at how you describe these channels. You always use a really good word to describe these sort of channels, and then I forget
Rainbow
it every single
vomit?
week. And not so much the thumbnails. It's more like the not necessarily the prank channels, but ones that are like comedy based.
I mean, this is. I can tell right now. This is fun, silly stuff, TikTok-ish type of content. A little more like Instagram or TikTok. ASMR. You know, you're basically doing all of the pop culture references, some bad memes in there, I think, and you know, you're having fun, and I like it. The thing I would say is on TikTok and Instagram, it's a little easier to do this type of content.
Yeah.
As you're a smaller, you are no small creator. My bad. I saw a video that had that title.
Yeah.
You may want to make themes of, you know, series of videos, or put a little more keyword research into your titles. I get that you're doing it for a reason. You're making these titles that are almost clickable, right? So, but at the same time, I'm not sure how you're going to build your audience if you don't relate to keywords.
One thing I'm going to add here is that there was like a sudden evolution in your thumbnails from here, when they were all over the shop, compared to where they are now in the last 6 months, which are much better. There's more consistency there, which is fantastic. What I also noticed as well is there's a relatively consistent view count that is slowly increasing in many of the videos. Like we're just climbing into the hundreds, maybe drop down an air again, but then back into the 300s. And I feel as if you might be building a audience that's invested in your content. So maybe most of the your views are probably coming from subscribers rather than non-subscribers, I would say. One other thing though is consistency. You posted videos 2 in the last 2 weeks, and then there was a big month. Maybe it was over the holiday season. So I think your audience probably wants to see a lot more of your content just to keep yourself in their watching habits on a weekly basis or whatever that is. So I think consistency is certainly something else to have a look at. But good luck there, Brit Pop, with your channel, and congratulations on cracking 500 subscribers. Next channel is Broken Black. Now, maybe I need to take the reins on this one, Jeremy, because it is a wrestling channel. I can see that straight away.
That is all you, Rob.
So Jeremy's going to leave it all to me. And I think what this channel is about, and I think it's a really interesting idea, with wrestling is huge on YouTube. There's lots of wrestling channels. And I think what you're doing here is you're taking what are called the intro videos. So like when a wrestler enters an arena, they'll have a video in the background. It's almost like their YouTube channel trailer. And you're creating custom ones for a YouTube audience, which I think is a fantastic idea to differentiate yourself. Looking at the view counts, we've seen view counts in the thousands here, which is brilliant. You got 6,000 subscribers, but you're getting views in like 70,000 views there, 2,000 views over here. So strong audience. So I think you're doing things relatively well. I guess the one thing that's going to be perhaps a big question for you is copyrighted content. And why I say that, I had a quick look before we went live, and this Dean Ambrose one here, I think you've just taken the new version of his music and uploaded it to YouTube. You want to be very careful with that, because WWE is pretty strong on clamping down on copyright material. They're like Nintendo when it comes to this sort of thing. So just be a little wary of that. But then again, the counter argument is that you're transforming it in some way. So there may be the argument there for copyright fair use. Jeremy's always going to err on the side of caution and say, just be really careful with what you're doing here. So that's my thoughts. I think it's a very good, unique approach. Jeremy, I think I will refer to you for how maybe the thumbnails could be improved a little bit, because when I look at these thumbnails, they're a little bit inconsistent. I don't see like a familiar theme from one to the other from a channel creator's point of view.
Yeah, I mean, on some places it looks like an anime channel, and sometimes it looks like a wrestling channel, and sometimes it looks like a music channel. So if I looked at each one of these thumbnails individually, like you said, Rob, I would actually feel like I was looking at different channels. So try to find a way to theme your brand of your channel so that people know it's you.
Yep, absolutely. And I think it's a good example here of when you stick to the wrestling topic, you get views in the thousands, and then you switch to one here with anime and look at just how your view and audience count plummeted. YouTube either didn't share this content or your subscribers just did not watch it, and it hasn't got much velocity. So it's a good example there of where you're maybe trying to fit too many square pegs into round holes when you've got one round shape which you can put into a round hole, and it's just perfect all of the time. And as I say that, I realize that really sounds weird. It's one of my classic live stream moments where I talk about something and it really sounds odd listening back to it. Where am I going with this, Jeremy? Help me out. What do I need to say next other than this channel's doing pretty awesome, I think, for the topic?
Yeah, I mean, almost 7,000 subscribers. Keep on going.
Yeah, I had what you might call a live stream YouTube brain fart when I just didn't realize what I was talking about. So I think this is a prime opportunity for us to take a little bit of a break here. And when we come back, we'll take question of the week, and I'm going to add some more channels to the audit list so we can take a look at yours in around about 2 minutes. Jeremy, as always, you are on radio silence because your mic is still live. But when we get back, we'll be looking at more channel audits. See you in a moment. This is your 60-second warning, folks. We'll be back in exactly 1 minute. folks, welcome back. We are returning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you listen to how I faded out that music? Wasn't that just a magnificent transition? Jeremy is now back on screen. Jeremy, welcome back to the live stream. I always say to people that we're going to be back in 60 seconds. I don't actually time it. I'm just saying, okay, I'm going to try and load up a few more channels in the background. That's kind of roughly when I'm going to be back. I just want to let you folks that we do still exist. And yeah, as a live stream, it's kind of difficult for Jeremy and I to communicate to each other because whatever we say, you can probably hear unless I mute it. But if I mute it, then I mute other things on the live stream. It's one of those crazy things live streams.
Hey Rob, everyone's saying your audio is horrible.
All right, okay. Let me just fix that. Sorry, my audio is weird. Okay, hang on, folks. We're going to try and fix this. What does it sound like now, everyone? Am I back? Am I sounding good? Jeremy, do I sound okay?
Well, you sound good to me.
Fast, okay. Folks, do let me know if it's all fixed.
You're back.
Yeah, okay. So, what I was saying before, so a couple of things there. I was saying to everybody that we don't actually time when we're coming back. I just say 60 seconds and then I guess how long that's going to be. But also, before we went into the break, or before the live stream, I was trying to use a new tool on the microphone, which makes me sound a lot more crispy and richer and sexy on the microphone. And then it broke during the break, so that's why I went all distorted. But I think we're working now. So thank you very much for everybody shouting at me to fix the audio. Jeremy, you are very, very familiar with such technical problems on the webinar when that happens almost every single week and we have to fix something. It's crazy stuff, isn't it?
No, I've never had a problem on a live stream.
We recommend live streams. They are so fun and like just easy to do and it's stress-free. Awesome. Anyway, where was I? We were going to do the question of the week. That's what I wanted to talk about next. What I do is I rummage through the comments on the vidIQ channel to take a question which I think we could all benefit from. And then later on in this live stream, we're going to do live Q&A with people here, the 200 who are still watching this live stream. So thank you very much. Jeremy, this week's question comes from Raji. I'm going to pronounce it like that. I apologize if it's wrong. But it's that age-old question of tags, and maybe we want to tackle this again in 2019. How long does it take for the tags to get ranked? For instance, I uploaded a video recently, but none of my tags were ranked after 48 hours, which tells me, of course, that I picked poor tags for my channel. So after 48 hours, I wiped all of my tags and decided to start all over again. How long does it take for the system to start ranking them again? So where would you start with answering that question, Jeremy?
The first thing I would say is no. You're wrong. And let me explain. So it's not like traditional SEO on google.com if you had a blog and you're trying to rank. First off, when you put up a video, tags will typically start ranking within seconds now.
Yeah.
Absolute seconds. But where I say, no, you're wrong, I'm not being mean. I'm actually trying to retrain everyone's brains to think about this differently. Essentially, the way the algorithm works is it's considering the size of your channel and your history of watch time. It's considering how the velocity, how fast people are starting to watch your content and comment and do engagement with your content. That's a big factor. And then from there, it starts getting into watch time. Is your content being watched long enough for YouTube to consider to promote it? So basically, YouTube's just looking at all these factors to say, is this content worthy of promoting?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So this is not like a traditional SEO ranking game. This is my content good enough? Do I have a big enough audience? Do I have the right tags that represent the video well so that I can rank long-term for this content? Another factor is these tags already saturated? Like you're probably not going to rank #1 for the word red car, but you might rank for like 6 or 7 words as being a small creator. So there are just literally hundreds of factors in this. This is why I personally suggest that people find a focus, a single channel focus, and then go create a few hundred videos around that thing. And you become the perceived thought leader. You have the opportunity to consistently rank higher with new videos in their honeymoon phase. And the goal should actually be to try to create content people want to consume, not to rank. And it's hard for some people, especially brands. When I'm working with them, they're like, why don't we rank number one for blank? And it's because it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
It's all about how long people watch, how fast your views and engagement comes to the video and clickability of the thumbnail as well, the impressions to views, click-through rate.
I think you've absolutely nailed it on the head there, Jeremy. I don't think I could add any more to that. I think, as you say, authority is so important. And if you just assume that tags are going to rank because you're using them, then that's not how YouTube works. Already established videos are going to stay there, and they could stay there for years. I mean, Sean Cannell's one of the experts of this, especially with his best cameras for best camera guides and whatnot. So niche down, try and be more focused with your tags and try and pinpoint what people are searching for, but haven't necessarily been covered yet by a great number of video channels. I'm seeing a question just come through here a little bit. Do captions add anything to ranking or like perceived discoverability? I think the answer to that is like a small yes. It will have a positive influence, but maybe the time and energy, money and resources that you got to put into that as a small channel may not be worth it. It's entirely up to you. You can test it and see if it works. But yeah, do you have anything else you could add there to captions, Jeremy? I think it does have an impact, but we're at the small end of what it can do.
I mean, here's the deal: all YouTube videos get captioned.
Yeah.
They're not very good, but I'm guessing 80 to 90% of all YouTube videos currently are being captioned. I don't know about all countries, but I know in the majority of the bigger languages like English, they are being auto translated.
Yeah, and what I was going to say, look at it from this point of view. If you want to create your own custom captions, that might take you 20 minutes to do. If you spend 20 minutes on perfecting a really intriguing title, that's probably where you'd want to spend your resources if you have a limited number of them. All right, that's our question of the week, but we will be back later on to take your questions live. In the meantime, Jeremy, I think we are ready for some more channel audits. If you are.
Yep.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so just to confirm, folks, this is what the current situation is here with audits. You can see some of your names here and filling out the forms, which is very helpful. Thank you very much. These are all the channels. And as you can see, from the last time I said we had about 40 submissions, we have 85 submissions. So that's how crazy these audits get when we start to review channels. So thank you for your submissions. I've already added some of these to the list. And the next one we are going to look at is, if I click on the right one, is this one. It is Chicken Wire, Debate and Politics. And let's just have a look at some of the thumbnails here. I think this is a brilliant example of how simplicity can really communicate with your audience what the channel's about straight away. And I hope that some of you are familiar with who this person is. So we'll do a quick pop quiz to Jeremy. Jeremy, you are now representing the United States of America in terms of knowledge and wisdom of outside your own country. So do you have any idea who this person is?
I do, actually, because I listen to NPR.
Oh, well done. Awesome. Great. You know about things outside of the US, which is fantastic.
Just one thing, just Brexit. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's Donald Trump and guns. No.
So, yeah, I mean, what could we say about this channel? It has nearly 3,000 subscribers, but clearly, if there's a channel that's going to talk about politics right now, the white-hot, molten lava topic, which has been since, I would say, November onwards, is Brexit. And this channel is just pumping out as much content as possible. And some of the views, like 250,000 views, we're getting a viral video there. We're getting other videos with 13,000 views. I mean, what else does this channel need to do at this point? Would you, if anything, Jeremy?
They're doing really well. And, Normally, I don't like white backgrounds, but this is really the reason these thumbnails are so good is the 3 E's: eyes, excitement, and emotion.
Sorry, that is that's hilarious to say for Theresa May. Excitement from Theresa May. You can just see it all over her face.
Well, but if you look at it, emotion can be a lot of things.
Yeah.
He basically literally found like the worst picture of her ever. And people are going to respond to that, and they have, in the tune of 253,000 views.
Yeah.
Now, it would be interesting to see the comments on that, but we probably can't show them on.
Yeah, I mean, some of these are getting certainly some polarizing views maybe coming, and this is a very divisive conversation still in the UK at this point. I mean, the vote was 52-48, so it almost like represents the actual result of the vote in some of these likes or dislikes.
This is like having a channel on Donald Trump. Like it's a polarizing. Yeah. He's clearly trying to capitalize on the polarization of an entire country, and that's fine.
And it's working. It is working.
Not
yeah,
judging him. But, one thing, a couple of things I want to say is, for all of you that don't get your channels audited today, did you realize every single thing we're saying can apply to your channels?
Yeah.
So don't get so upset with us. We're doing this as a free service, and we're trying to service all of you guys. But the truth is, there's just 2 of us and a whole lot of you guys. So do us a favor and try to internalize the things we're saying into your channel. For example, he's done a phenomenal job in tentpole events, things that are happening in culture this moment, and he's talking about it. So is everyone else in the world, and he's done a very, very good job to basically create polarizing content that people are going to click on.
I'm just scrolling through it, and it is all about Brexit, and it has been for the past 4 or 5 months. And you can see that in some of the older videos that weren't doing that well, he was maybe getting like a few hundred views, but some again with thousands of views. And I think that this is just persistence and patience, and it's paying off with the views that this channel is getting. And if I scroll up to the top here, if you just look at these titles, tell me one thing that's pretty much in every single one of these titles, hitting that keyword over and over again.
I wonder if you type in Brexit, I wonder if his videos are going to rank in the top page.
Let's have a look. It's a pretty big topic, so I think a lot of channels are going to be covering that. But does he appear there? And we should be able to spot him straight away because he's got a pretty distinct thumbnails.
Yeah. Well, maybe not.
Not seeing anything immediately.
Pretty good strategy.
So,
I won't be shocked when he does rank on this page.
Yeah. So I think if it was one last thing, well, hang on. Let's just click on one of the videos, just have a look at the video tags and see if we can identify where maybe the rank's coming from. Okay, so United Ireland, there's a bit ranking there, but you're getting some comments as well, so looks as if there's a lot going on there. Making sure that Brexit's included in the keywords. So I think in terms of SEO and the thumbnails there, strong. I mean, is there any advice we could give to this channel? I've got one thing I could suggest.
Go ahead, yeah.
So this would be the fact that, let's face it, Brexit is going to come to a conclusion it's supposed to end at the end of March. So more content. If there's anything you can think of to produce more content, because I think you're producing content maybe 2 or 3 videos a week. There's maybe a bit of research involved in there, but this is your golden opportunity. This is like the PewDiePie versus T-Series moment where once it's gone, it is gone. And thankfully for channels who are milking that area, or not milking, but capitalizing on that area, they're producing content as it continues. But Brexit almost feels as if it has a hard deadline at the end of March. So if you can produce more content on it right now, then certainly do so. I guess the one strange question is that you've only got 3,000 subscribers, but you are getting, every single video gets more than your subscriber base. So maybe it's a few more calls to action within the videos to try and get people to subscribe there. Or maybe people are disliking your content, so they're not subscribing. And maybe live streams. Is there a possibility where you could open up the debate a bit more? I see you've tried it here and there. Maybe that hasn't worked quite successfully, but there's sort of ideas jumping into my head about just how you can make more from this topic. But yeah, I think Chicken Wire, you're doing an awesome job of the Brexit topic. So
yeah, and start on a second topic. Do something completely not related to Brexit so that your channel will live past Brexit.
Yeah, so if you're going to put it into, so you've got to come up with a deal. Unlike the British government, who cannot come up with a deal, you need to agree a deal with your channel post Brexit. Is that what you call an old dad joke, Jeremy?
It's pretty bad.
Boom,
pretty
there
bad.
we go. All right,
there
we are, Chicken Wire. Congratulations on your success. Good luck for the rest of Brexit talk. Moving on now to Red Tech. This channel has 70 subscribers, and you're a relatively new channel. I see you've only been going for 3 months, and you look to be certainly talking about tech in terms of how to root an Android easily, how to hack any smartphone and spy on anyone. That's I'm sure a very sensitive topic. How to combine networks on Android. Okay, so we can see what your focus is. Seems to be like tech, privacy, security, networks. How could we tweak this channel a little bit, Jeremy? I'm going to say fonts, text on your thumbnails is certainly one area that needs to be improved upon. What else?
The blue text on the yellow-orange background is burning my soul. I'm just kidding. As a recovering art director, I can say that you do need to work on the contrast of your fonts, not just the font itself.
Yeah.
And then just make 2 or 3 words. You're not trying to repeat the title. You're trying to give someone a reason to click. I think a lot of people get confused with adding a title to a thumbnail versus giving someone a reason to click. So take off most of the words, make the contrast of the background and foreground on the text a lot greater. Try to put the phones or yourself or the computers about 70 to 80% of the size of the thumbnail. You really want it to be about what your video is about, not about the text. And just make them a lot simpler. Normally, I'm all about the bright colored backgrounds, but in this case, I think the hero needs to be the device, not the background. And right now, the hero of your thumbnail is the background, not the physical visuals that show what the video is about. And then the banner, get yourself in there, get some tech in there, and explain what your channel is and why that matters to me.
So channel focus is good. The fact that you're using custom thumbnails and there's consistency is there, I think is good. But yeah, now it's time to tweak those thumbnails and make them better. Somebody's just saying in the chat, Skyliver Creator, Brexit sounds like a cereal. I agree. Some Brexit with a bit of milk sounds delicious. Next channel, Inside the Casino. You are also about to crack 3,000 subscribers. Phew, how would you describe these thumbnails, Jeremy?
So I didn't vomit. It's just a good thing. But they're just really busy, and I could see them being
colorful and busy. Yeah,
I could see them being effective. I'm just kidding with you guys. The thing I would say is just too much text, and the text doesn't have enough contrast. So it really, the text almost looks like it's part of the board or part of the, the roulette wheel or part of the game. So I would, in this case, even have like a 50% opaque black box or something where the text is going to be, because it literally looks like the games in a lot of cases.
I think
hard for me to see. One
thing that video creators can learn about thumbnails is that there needs to be a contrast between what you want the potential viewer to specifically see and what visual cues that they might see, like in the background. So I think, like in this example, the everything is too sharp, isn't it? On the table, the table is super sharp and in focus, and also the text. So a way to fix that is to just add a blur effect to this background image and maybe just dim the brightness on it a little bit, so that brings out the text at the front. And like this one's another classic example where Sweet Win versus all of the similar colors. Again, maybe blur the background a little bit, add some color, or Or maybe you don't even need the text and you just need to have those like banknotes. Just have 5 banknotes in a row and like how much you would win from that. So thumbnail game, again, needs tweaking. What I am seeing, though, Jeremy, in some of these videos is that they have these massive spikes. Live craps. This, for some reason, this live series here gets tens of thousands of views. Like, look, live roulette, live craps. All of these ones get tens of thousands of views. Let me just check the likes and dislikes. So they don't look as if they're paid videos versus ones here with just a couple of hundred views. Like, what on earth is going on there? Why are those getting so many views?
Well, they do have a lot of dislikes, so it is possible that they've paid for some of these views. It really is. Can we click on one of these videos? I don't even know what they are.
So let me just mute the volume here. So is this just somebody recording, playing? Is that even legal? Can you do that?
No, this is not legal.
Okay.
Most casinos in the United States, this is not legal.
Which is one of the reasons why it might be so popular, that it's something
Right.
a little underhand. But now we're saying this is illegal. Maybe you've got permission, or maybe it's like it's been filmed especially. But that's we're jumping to impressions here. But that's what we're maybe thinking, and why it's so popular.
Our first impressions, we do this for a reason, right?
Yeah.
If we get your channel wrong, we're just trying to show you what people that come to your channel will see. It's not that we're trying to get so deep that we know what your channel is completely about.
Yeah.
It's more about first impressions are really, really important on YouTube.
Now, just looking at the tags, it looks as if this channel does have authority with these live and real and these type of tags. So I think that's a good sign. But yeah, we're going a bit into a realm of the unknown here, aren't we? Where we're not really sure how you're able to do this, but those seem to be your most popular videos.
They do say that they've never paid for any views. So it may just be, maybe people for some reason don't like this video. Maybe there's some tags, or there's something they were looking for something else, and he's ranking for things that people weren't looking for. I'm not sure. But well done. I mean, you have almost 3,000 subscribers. Yeah, a lot of views.
Absolutely. From the live stuff, you just absolutely crushing it every time you do those sort of videos.
Yeah, keep it up. Great job.
Next channel then we're going to look at is Chirag Bats. Apologies if I pronounced your channel incorrectly. It looks as if it is about dance moves, perhaps music in India, the Asian continent. It looks like here, for a channel with 1,000 subscribers, you're getting some pretty good views here. 2,000 views here, some in the hundreds, more with like more views with more subscribers. So I think there's some awesome stuff going on here. I guess this is about dance moves or like dancing classes. That's kind of how I'm interpreting it, which would suggest to me that your channel banner may need a little bit of tweaking there to tell us what it's about. What are your thoughts about, just going a little off topic on the channel, Jeremy, what's your thoughts about including social media handles in your channel banners? Is it worth doing, or should people try and reserve that for down in this corner here?
Yeah, I don't like it, honestly, because what I'm trying to do as a viewer is I'm trying to figure out who you are, what your channel is about, and why that matters to me.
Yeah.
So those situations really do not call well for you to advertise your other social media, because it's like trying to get a kiss on the first date or something. I don't even know who you are yet. So tell me who you are, what you do, and why that matters to me. Show your face, or are you dancing in this case? And then after you form a relationship with me and I convince you to subscribe, then you will find me on your native platforms. All
right, let's have a look at the content itself then, Jeremy. I think this channel is doing very well in terms of view count, so they must have a good focus and niche for their content. It's more a bit like the thumbnail game here, where they can maybe tweak here and there and how to improve it.
I would recommend looking at a lot of like US and European dance thumbnails.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, just type in some type of dance or break dance or something real quick, and let's look at some of these.
I'm going to try breakdance moves.
So not super great thumbnails, but there are a few things. Now, I really like the best breakdance moves ever. I like the person flipping up in the air,
Yeah,
you know, with the
that one's a beauty, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, really well done. And the reason for it is in this case, I don't actually think you need any text at all.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you need to show the dance move and the dance move only.
Yeah.
I love the purples you have in some of these, like the purples in the background. But I think it's the hero of this should be the dance and your face, no text, no branding, nothing like that. I think like that's a great thumbnail. I would have died. I would have been in the hospital.
I would describe you've got to try and show motion with a static image, and that's a perfect example of it right there. And this one here to a lesser degree, but obviously then we're talking about zooming in and making that full screen for the thumbnail. So I think awesome suggestion there, Jeremy. I'm not really sure what else to suggest here because your channel is doing very well. Again, just looking at consistency, you haven't posted in a month. Why have you not posted in a month? I would assume being able to do dance tutorials when they're like 1 or 2 minutes long, you should be able to do maybe batch 5 of these in a morning and then publish 1 a week just to get consistency up. So, I think great potential there. Maybe you're just missing out on opportunities. Next channel, here we go. We're now moving into the gamer phase of the live stream. Good Guy Kaiser. Congratulations in advance for the 100 subscribers you are about to hit. My question would be, what is your channel about? It looks like it's about Fortnite. If that's the case, then your titles such as Turtle Wars, Quick Win, Poster Location, Snowfall Key Locations, all of these are missing the key, crucial keyword, which is Fortnite. And then expanding on that, such as Fortnite Secret. Where is the snowfall might be an example to just help you out there. That's what I'm looking at in terms of titles. In terms of thumbnails, Jeremy, I think, are we going to say the usual things about gaming thumbnails that they need to be super strong, colourful?
Yeah, why don't you guess and tell the audience what I'm going to say? Because you know me well.
Specifically what you're going to say. You're going to say something along the lines of... I don't think you're going to say rainbow vomit because you've already talked about that. I think you're going to talk about being the purple cow. That's what I'm going for, Jeremy. Am I right or wrong?
In this case, I want to see the eyes of
okay, there we go.
The characters.
Yeah.
Because it's a little, I'm just going to say boring.
Yeah, I think you're fair to say that.
But that one with a ground game and solo game, with the guy with the gun, that's exciting to me. It's like a car, it looks like action. I see his face.
Mm-hmm. So there we go. Good guy, guys. I think having more relevance in your titles to the keywords that you're trying to hit with Fortnite, and then thumbnails, which are a lot more impactful and exciting for you there. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to take another short break. With a 200 of you who are still watching, this is awesome. So I want to give something back to you now. What I want you to do is prepare some questions. So if you have a question, we're going to do any question, whether it be about vidIQ, YouTube, us, as long as it's not too personal, fire away. But what I want you to do so that we can read this question clearly in the chat is include hashtag vidIQ question in caps, so that we can see those questions and then reel them off, and we'll answer as many as possible. As always, Jeremy, a bit of radio silence. If you do want to take a restroom break, now is your opportunity, because we will be back in 2 minutes with any questions answered and more channel audits. Back soon. Phew. Wow, a lot of questions already coming in, Jeremy. So I think we should get straight back into it. If you are good to go.
Yep.
I'm going to put you back on screen. There you are. All right, so we're going to try and take as many questions as we can in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to press the right button, which should bring us both on screen with some shocking facial expressions. And so let's just take as many questions as we can. We'll try and do it as we did it last week, Jeremy, where I take a question and ask it for you, and then you take a question and ask it back to me. So the first one comes from Nappy Missy 101. I think I'm ranking, but I'm not getting much views. Why do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what the channel's about, or
Yeah, I'll jump in with an answer there. Maybe you're ranking for tags that people are not searching for. If you put in a massive tag such as how to get more views and subscribers by filming a banana at 7 o'clock on Wednesday, you may rank number 1 for such a tag, but is anybody searching about it? So you have to be a bit strategic and find out what people are searching for, but where the content is not being supplied. So I think that might suitably answer that question. But yeah, as Jeremy says, we're not sure what the content is about, so that's not going to help us answer that question.
So Retro Cheats asks, if I repeat the same word in my description as many times as possible, does it help, or is there a limit?
So I'm not going to say don't do that, but try and put these words into some sort of meaningful sentence in your video description. Because if you just repeat the word over and over again, or other words, that's what's traditionally known as tag stuffing. And that is against terms of service. Now, I've seen this often in video descriptions from channels where they don't get penalized, but I think it can happen and you want to be careful. So absolutely, if you want to try and include a keyword as much as possible in a description, do so, but try and include it in sentences that you are writing. And those sentences...
I can't tell you, like 5 years ago, they did put in a filter for this.
Yeah, right.
So if you're spamming, if you're just repeating the word 100 times, yeah, it's not going to end well.
Yeah.
But if it, like Rob said, if you're doing it in natural speak, it should be fine. Traditionally, SEO called this... the keyword density of a blog or a sentence. So they are looking for these types of things. So just don't make it unnatural.
Jordan Accor asks, to what limit is it okay to keep looking for my niche?
I don't understand that.
I'm not particularly sure on the question here. Are you saying to what limit is it okay to keep looking at my looking for my niche? Well, if you're not looking for a niche, does that mean that you've already found one, or you're going to go to just making videos for everybody? I think at some point, every video creator is going to find a passion that resonates with your audience. So I think the answer to that is you keep looking until you find it. I don't think I could think of a better answer than that.
All right. Hey, Rob, how do you make gaming videos more enjoyable to watch?
They are a lot to do with as much as the game as it is to do with a personality. So if you just did a Let's Play with just game content, why is anybody going to go to your channel over going to IGN or GameSpot or somewhere, a big video game website where they can get that sort of information? They want it to be unique in some way and deliver value from the personality from the video creator. So always making you as important as a video game is the key to gaming channel success. We've done a video on that. Search for how to start a gaming channel, and you'll find us near the top of the search rankings for that answer. D Zyka, what is better to do as a gamer, live streaming or record videos?
It depends on your audience and what you're going after. If you're just going after Fortnite like everyone else and you don't have a specific niche, you probably won't do well with live gaming videos on Twitch or YouTube. If you already have an audience, then your audience a certain amount of them will watch you live. So it's kind of like which comes first, the chicken or the egg. You have to have an audience to go live. You have to have, so it's tough. I would experiment with both.
Here's a question, Jeremy, that I think is a perfect for you, because you've answered this a lot in like talks that you've done and occasionally on the channel. SP Tech Plus, one of our moderators here, thank you for moderating as always. YouTube compresses thumbnails after uploading, which makes them less sharp. Any solutions?
I mean, I would do H.264 and H.265 compression to begin with. And then I would use the highest bit rate you can in your H.264, H.265 compression. And then basically, make it the highest quality possible that your computer can render, and then just give YouTube the highest quality content you can, so that when it renders it, it's not going to compress it as bad. And I will say sometimes with brands I've worked with, we would have to actually upload to Vimeo because they do a better job.
You also recommend as well that you have to take this into account to a certain extent, and the fact that the thumbnail is usually seen at a lot smaller size at what you design it. So like actually over sharpening to a certain extent and over saturating the colors is something that you preach doing as well. And that's something that I do in my videos. So if you look at some of my thumbnails, like full size, you can see every single detail, especially when I haven't shaved. You can see how badly my stubble is. But then when it's shrunk down to about 10% of its size, it has a certain richness and a quality to it. So I think overcompensating at full size and then shrinking the thumbnail down to what you expect your audience to see it at is also helpful as well. Question for me, Jeremy, if you can see one.
Yeah. I'm aiming to get 100 subscribers by the end of the year. I have 8 subscribers now. What should I do?
So you will want to start by following our How to Grow a YouTube Channel Fast in 2019. That is a series that's going to be ongoing for a lot of the year. I've already got lots of ideas. I think I've already got 5 videos out on that topic. So check that out. Generally speaking, here's how you grow a channel. You find a niche which is not as competitive and oversaturated as something that's very general. I put this as an analogy, and I think Sean Cannell says this, that sometimes if you're going to fish, don't fish where everybody else is. There might be lots of fish in this pond, but everybody's fishing there. Maybe you want to find another pond which has maybe less fish, but nobody fishing there. Jeremy, isn't that an awesome way to describe finding a channel? Because
I like it. I like it.
Waffling on there, but yeah, it's just finding where there's less competition, but there's still people searching for it. So I think that would be my answer to that. Right, we're going to do some quick fire ones here, Jeremy. So let's see if we can answer these in like 5 to 10 seconds. Shrek ASMR, how can I start a channel outside of my niche?
Or start growing outside of my niche.
Yes,
I guess
sorry. Yep.
You can have multiple topics within a niche. The thing you need to remember is you have, like, for example, when I did the strategy for Funimation, a large anime show or series of shows, free HD anime is bigger than Dragon Ball Z, and free anime is bigger than Dragon Ball Z. So as long as you're creating content around a bigger category, like ASMR, you could do multiple series and see how your audience responds to it. So I guess what I'm saying is there's always a niche within a niche within a niche.
All right, Jeremy, I'm going to give you a bit of a rest here. I want you to just fire as many questions as you can at me in the next 2 minutes, and I'll try and answer them as quickly as possible.
All right, why is my view counter frozen?
Because there's a bug with YouTube. I don't know why. You maybe need to speak to YouTube. Team YouTube Twitter handle is the best place to ask such a question.
Do you have advice on how to save time recording videos if you make content you can't batch produce?
I don't, because that's something I struggle at every single day, but I'm trying to improve it as much as possible. So I haven't got a good answer for that. I feel your pain.
Is there any point to adding branding to a video thumbnail?
Absolutely, yeah. It gives you consistency, and we talk about this often. If you mix your thumbnails with lots of other channels' thumbnails and you can't pick out your own, then it isn't branded enough.
Are you going to do another PewDiePie video?
Probably. I was actually thinking of doing one on Sunday when PewDiePie went and did a live stream, but I was away for the weekend and the Super Bowl was on. Actually, there was something at the Super Bowl. I think Mr. Beast was there in a stadium with shirts saying subscribe to PewDiePie. So I probably will do it at some point. Is that what you want to see on the channel? Let us know.
How does one gain subscribers? I've seen some YouTubers claiming they did hacks or different methods, and I've tried one method before, but I must admit it doesn't work.
Well, never try hacks that are some way of gaming the system. illegally or not to YouTube's terms of service. And don't get caught up too much on just how to get subscribers. It's more about how to build value for your audience, who then trusts you, and then they will subscribe to your channel. So I think you're getting too caught up on the idea of the number of subscribers.
And Mary asks, how can she watch this show after it's over?
So this will automatically go live. Automatically go into an on-demand live stream. Well, not a live stream, an on-demand video, probably about an hour after it's finished. And you'll probably get a notification. If not, just go to the vidIQ channel and it will be the latest video to watch, I think.
When you make titles, is it better to make them short or long?
This is a tricky one to answer. I think if you're an educational how-to wanting to create evergreen content, I think it's important to have more keywords in there in order to eventually start to rank higher in the search terms. However, if you're more of a story-based channel and you're looking for intrigue and shock impact, sometimes shorter titles can have a huge impact. So it does depend to a certain extent on what the channel's about. We'll take 3 more questions, Jeremy.
All right. Can I get in trouble for having the word Shrek in my name?
I don't see why not in the short term. Jeremy might have another opinion on that, but I mean Shrek's a character name, so it's not.
Yeah, it's like Cinderella. They own that.
Yeah.
They own the brand, so you could get in trouble.
Next question.
When I do my outro on YouTube, it freezes. How do I fix that?
I have no idea. That sounds like a YouTube glitch. Is it freezing from when you render the video? Check the end of the video. It shouldn't do, so that doesn't sound right. Or unless you're doing something in the beta studio with end cards and it's causing an error. Question for YouTube, that one sounds like. Final question.
How do I increase my user retention?
By things like pattern interrupt and keeping your audience on its toes. The YouTube audience has a less attention span than a goldfish, so you have to try and keep them interested in your topic. That's a great question, and I think that's certainly something that I'm going to cover in the How's to Grow Your Channel Fast in 2019 series. The way to check your audience retention is to go to the analytics for a particular video, click on audience retention, and then you'll see a graph that it doesn't do that. It gradually goes down, but if you see any big drop-offs, that's where you've done something wrong. Look at what you were talking about or where the video was going at that point, and then change it for future videos. Phew, that is Q&A, Jeremy. Thank you for all of those questions. I saw there that you were losing a bit of energy, so I wanted to give you a bit of a break there for the final portion of this live stream, which is, of course, quick audits, which we are going to do now. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Jeremy, can you see what's on my screen?
Yep.
Good. Everyone can see Jeremy's lovely face now on our live stream. So the premise of what we're going to do now is maybe look at channels very quickly and give you one piece of advice for each channel to try and get through as many as we can in the moments that we have left. First channel, Dr. Mean, 8 subscribers, very new channel. 5 days ago they started their channel. What could we suggest to them very early on, Jeremy, to start their channel?
Make a banner, tell us what you do and why that matters. Make consistent thumbnails and try to put out 1 video or 2 videos a week for the next few months. See what your audience likes.
Boom. Awesome. Thank you. Great suggestions for a channel starting out. This one is Kelly DMQ. Nearly 40 subscribers. I think this is about hairstyles, it looks to me here.
Study cute girls' hairstyles.
Yeah.
Study them to a T.
So let's just say that again. Cute girls' hairstyles is the channel to visit and study. Yep. I'd say in terms of how can they improve, the huge thing here on your channel is going to be the final product. So these thumbnails, get rid of the text. It's not needed. You can use that in the titles and then just make these images pop. Like this braided styles one, the text is so distracting. I'll be focusing in on what looks to be a superb design, but I just can't see it properly. And that's where the payoff will come.
Use the word how to.
And how to, yeah, especially for a, what I presume is it says it's about dark punk fashion, but it looks to me like a hair channel so far. Next channel we are looking at here. Wow. Martin Dogger. Nearly 10,000 subscribers. Congratulations on your success. clearly see what your focus is here. It's all about tanks, presumably a tank in a game, I'm guessing, if it's from a particular game. Here we are. It's World of Tanks Blitz. Okay, so that's what the game is. I personally might be removing the text from these thumbnails, or maybe just including one piece of text, whether it be like the tank that we're talking about. Anything else to add there, Jeremy?
Yeah,
I like the branding as well.
The text is too much. You're doing well. Make it just more exciting and remove the text.
I like some interesting tweaks you've done here as well, in that you kind of make the thumbnails look like they've got an edged corner with the logos in there. That's a nice little tweak there. But you've got brilliant channel focus, and you've got very healthy, consistent views. So keep doing what you're doing, and you're producing a lot of content as well. So I think some good stuff coming from your channel there. If we go back to Dr. Mean, I think this is a good example of how you should establish some fundamentals on your channel. Next one is Volcanic Edris, 400 subscribers. This looks similar to the what was it, Dr. Potts from earlier? I can't remember the channel name, but looking to follow trends and comedy ones. Like, I know this has been a big meme lately, the Maximilius one, and an egg is better. I think there's a lack of consistency in thumbnails. The channel banner doesn't tell me anything about the channel to understand what you're about. Anything else there, Jeremy? Or pretty much nailed it there?
Tell us what you do. Have more consistent thumbnails.
I think that's what we should do in future when we look at channels like this. We just say, tell us what you do, because we can't see it immediately from the channel and the thumbnails. Guav Mohit, I hope I pronounced your name right there. Approaching 600 subscribers. Congratulations to you. This looks to be another tech tips and tricks and how-tos. Some stuff there on Snapseed. A couple of videos there on Snapseed. And 5 tips for tips and tricks on Instagram. Looks like you're trying to find your niche in mobile apps. Who might be a good chance to look at here, Jeremy? Is it Dean Nimmin, who focuses a lot on how to build a channel using mobile tech and stuff?
Dean Nimmin, Peter McKinnon, a lot of the, really, he does a lot of the similar types of things.
Maybe improve a channel banner to give us a bit more messaging about what you do.
It's elegant, but add your face to it and tell us what you do.
But I'm seeing that the last 4 or 5 videos have been in the hundreds, so I think you're starting to build an audience there, which is some positivity as well. I'm just not sure what your focus is. It looks to be mobile. Sometimes it looks to be software. Which one is it?
And more consistent thumbnails.
Salty Vibes. 73 subscribers. This channel looks as if it's to do with Fortnite, I would suggest. And also some YouTube tips, how to get 50 subscribers. So capitalizing on the success that you've already done, which is good. Thumbnails are relatively strong, but how do you differentiate? I twisting my words there. How do you differentiate yourself from other Fortnite channels? I would suggest. Would you agree, Jeremy? Anything else to add there?
No, I think you got it.
And some of your video lengths are very short as well. So some are 11 minutes long, some are a minute long. What's your ideal video length? Maybe check your audience retention and tweak your content to that. Austin Bacassa, Agbacassa is your channel. Again, Jeremy, you might say this is a very elegant channel banner. Pro Fortnite player. Okay, so we do know that. You've elected not to include any Fortnite in your channel banner. Is there a reason for this? Thumbnails, I would say a week. We looked at a previous channel which didn't really have focused thumbnails. And when you in a gaming area, especially in Fortnite, there's some super hot channels with Fortnite thumbnails, so make sure to check them out. And I'm not seeing Fortnite as well mentioned in the titles on many of these videos, so that's something that you probably want to keep an eye on as well. So a lot of tweaks there. You do have 1,000 subscribers there, so you've already built up somewhat of an audience. I just don't think you're selling your videos very well.
Icon, put your face. If you are a pro gamer, put your face there so people know who you are. And the banner, put your face there. I love pro Fortnite player, but use the word Fortnite in your titles.
Yeah, I guess if you are a pro Fortnite player, that should be a a part of yourself that you should be selling a lot more, because people want to see pro players on Fortnite. So absolutely good point there. Ren's, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Ren SN, another Fortnite channel, I would guess. Pretty much the same things that we would say about the previous ones that we've looked at. The channel banner is very, how would I put this? I can't think of the right words. How would I describe this? Green.
How about I just say you have like the visual hierarchy wrong. And what I mean by that is gaming content every week is less important than who you are and why your channel matters. And then your schedule should be the third most hierarchy visual part of your banner. You should definitely put your face in there. And maybe that is your face. I'm not sure. And then consistent thumbnails. And then it looks like your titles are pretty good.
Thank you for rescuing me there, Jeremy. I just didn't know where to go with the channel banner. And Tiny Toolbox. This channel with 60 subscribers. Looks to be a channel about 3D printing. So this is maybe a growth area on YouTube, which you can maybe capitalize on. But I look at the thumbnails, and like this one here, 3D printed great sword from Skyrim. If that's the sword, we need to see the full image of that and get rid of all of the text, all of the background imagery, because that's what I want to see, and that's what's going to sell the video. I mean, if you look at ones where there's like Lego replicas of maybe an item from a video game, it's usually the main focus is that one thing, and you want to see what the payoff is. Similar with the hairstyles. Everything else is really redundant in terms of the thumbnail there. We're using 3D printed a lot in the title. Anything you would add there, Jeremy, for this channel?
Yeah, I just think like I don't see 3D prints in the icons.
Point. Yeah, good point.
I just don't see them. Like maybe they're there, but it just doesn't feel like a 3D channel to me. So visually, I would really focus a lot of attention on your thumbnails, and then 3D printed. I'm not sure that's the best term to go after. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. So just really study what people are searching for under 3D. It may be like 3D printer, 3D printing, how to 3D print. You know, I'm not exactly sure what people are searching for, but I would spend a lot more time and effort understanding what titles you should make.
All right, folks. And that is another fantastic channel audit for this week. Jeremy, as always, it has been an absolute pleasure to have you on board. I do apologize there if I've absolutely destroyed your energy levels, because that was a long session there, but I think we got in a good lot of channels audited. Sorry, I'm just going to try and adjust the volume while we're on the fly here to make sure that isn't too loud for everybody. What I want you to do, folks, in the chat is I want you to give us a rating out of 5 stars. So use the emojis, and I want you to use a star emoji and give us a rating out of 5, and we'll do shout outs and goodbyes as we say them. And I need to switch my screen so that we can see Jeremy on screen. There he is, Jeremy. Hello. Sorry, I was giving you a bit of a rest there off screen. How would you sum up today's live stream? Busy one, but we got through a hell of a lot.
I would say that everyone that didn't get their channel audits, I promise you, if you took our advice, internalized it, you're going to get so much more out of it. Imagine being able to learn from 30 or 40 or 50 channels.
Absolutely,
we will never be able to get to all of you. So give us some advice of what we could do differently. The reality is we're picking people at random. There's no favoritism.
Absolutely,
and we are here for you. It is all about you. This is what vidIQ is all about. So please give us a little grace. We can't get everyone, but this whole almost 2 hours is all about you guys. So let us know how we can be better for you.
You nailed it. Bosna Zapida, you sent a 5 BAM currency. I don't even know what BAM is. That Bosnian currency, maybe? Thank you very much for your contribution. The big mistake is to take a break on YouTube, just like me. You took a break for 6 months and lost over 700 watch hours. So maybe if you are going to take a break, don't take a big break. That was just a suggestion from earlier on. And DJ JD, thank you also for your €5.50 contribution in Super Chat. You said, do you mind giving me an audit? You weren't here at the start of the live stream where we said that we don't audit channels based on financial contribution, but we do appreciate that. Well, Jeremy, there are so many people here giving us, 5 stars, 20 stars. Some people are giving us thumbs up. Everybody, awesome stuff. So I'm going to try and reel off as many as I can here. Panther...
Dr. Stein says the Nimmons are laughing at us. Only 90 minutes.
Yeah. I have no idea how they do that, and this is something I need to learn, how to just pace myself in a live stream. I'm done for the day. I'm going to take the rest of the day off. So anyway, thank you to Scratcher, Cesar, Elvis Bisanovic, ACCZI, Panther, K-Star 118, The Miller Live, Sarko Aland, Master Goalie, Rocky Go, SB Tech Plus, thank you for moderating, always appreciated. Wild Wolves with 5 shooting stars, that's brilliant. Britpot, trying to find the star emojis, he can't find them. Ape XR, Gollum X, Styex, Jordan Accor, Simple Skiing. Who else have we got here, Jeremy, saying thank you and giving us stars?
Yeah, we have Marie, Chef Ozzy, Be Right Back, Broken Rock, Cake Maker Jr.
We've also got PS4 Pro Gaming NHK 75, Be Right Back Studios. I'm sorry, I may have said your name twice. Peppy Spicer, Mellow 25, Master Goalie, everybody here. Thank you very much for your time. Jeremy, quick question for you. Are you here next week or are you on a plane to London?
I am on a plane to London. Well, no, I am here next week.
Okay, yeah,
I'll leave Wednesday.
We are going to VidCon EU next week, but we're going on Wednesday, so we will be back next week, just before we jet off. So it's been an honor, a privilege, a pleasure. If you want to subscribe and you haven't already done so, there's a pillow here. You can't click that, but there will be a subscribe button just below this video. Thumbs up if you did enjoy this live stream. And as Jeremy said, we will be back to audit more of your channels next week. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your video making day. Bye for now. Phew, Jeremy's waving, but I've accidentally taken him off screen, so he's waving to nobody. But as always, he is very thankful for your feedback. See you again soon.